Good evening and welcome to SCARECON Sunday Synopsis for Sunday, August the 22nd. We thought we had a lot of news last week that we brought you. Well, there's been another load of news this week. It's obviously we are getting close to Halloween. People are starting to make the big announcements about what they're doing and what they're not doing. So we've got a lot to get through, so let's just get on with it. So first up, one of the most exciting things has been the teasers that have been coming out of Thorpe Park. So it all started with this small video which leads up to this image here. Now you may have seen on the website we've been looking in quite a lot of detail at this image. We've seen there are posters of all the old experiences that have been at Fright Nights in the past, like Seven. It looks like something that might be to do with the curse. We can see the freezer, asylum, Hellgate, a number of different things. Even the old dead end terror zone that was in the park. So they obviously know what they're doing with this image. They've been very clever about what's on the walls and what's discarded, and then what is on the table itself. On the table we can see the crows, and the crows have already been confirmed that they are returning this year. There seems to be a lamp that looks like something from platform 15, so potentially we could be getting platform 15 back. The other things on the table we're not so sure about, but we know there was a lot of work going on within Thorpe Park in the old I'm a Celebrity building, which all seems to be based around the theme of there's some electrical work going on. And then all of a sudden, you'll see there's a small logo on there that says Super Spark Cinema. A shop has been opened in the park, which definitely is a throwback to Halloween Fright Nights. There's TV showing little clips of things coming soon. There's this fake cinema called Super Spark Cinema, which we assume must be something to do with the new attraction that's coming for this year. It is 20 years of Fright Nights. They've made a big thing about it being 20 years since they first opened, so this is obviously going to be some relation to the new maze. We're assuming that's going to be a new maze in the I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here building. And could this shop be like Universal's tribute store that they use, where they'll actually sell merchandise relating to Fright Nights? So it's not that long till we find out. Don't forget that we have full exclusive access to all Fright Nights attractions. That's all mazes and all scare zones and everything that is part of Fright Nights, not the roller coasters, not the rides, but the actual Fright Nights attractions at SCARECON AFTERSHOCK, which is on Thursday, November the 4th, and tickets are selling out very, very quickly. So if you want to have 3 hours, unlimited time to go round and round any new mazes or any new experiences, that's the best time to do it. So let's see what else is going on. Let's just hop over the channel first to the Netherlands. So Horror Zone is an event that often runs after Halloween. I think in the Netherlands, because there's quite a few events going on around the Halloween period, including Toverland and Walibi Holland. Some of the smaller independent events, they push their Halloween events to a period where they're not competing for actors. So Horror Zone have announced they will be back next year, and they will start in November and go through to early December. So that's weekends after Halloween. So looking forward to seeing what they're doing there. Over here in the UK, we've had confirmation that Psychopath, the fairly new event up in Newcastle, opened last year, or the year before, because obviously it was closed last year due to COVID. They've got a new attraction called Isolation. Not much details on that. There will be 4 doors. You get to choose which door you go into, but there'll be scares and things behind that. Brand new for this year, we've just had an announcement that Whatton House of Horror at Whatton House will be revealed. This seems to be a 40-minute scare attraction. We don't know anything yet. We don't know the dates. As soon as we have more information, we will share that. We've recently shared that something new is coming to Terror Mountain. That something new is actually 2 new attractions. They were teasing there would be 1, but it's actually 2 new attractions. The Return of the Night Stalker and the Summoning and Retribution. So that's 5 attractions at Terror Mountain this year. Fear at Avon Valley have been releasing some teaser videos. They've got 1 attraction that they haven't announced yet, but in the recent teaser video, they did say about Welcome to Stidham Village, S-T-I-D-H-A-M Village. Don't know what that is, whether that's a relation to the new maze. The event isn't at anywhere called Stidham Village. It's in Bristol, so it's going to be interesting to see what that is. As soon as we get more details, we will share that. The last couple of years, Otley Zombie Apocalypse hasn't been able to run because it normally runs in the summer and because of COVID. But they've now teamed up with the team behind Ilkley Scare Trail, and they've joined together to create Leeds Scare Trails, which will be a new event coming to Leeds in October. So I think the first date for that is the 31st of October. It's a big charity event. They raise lots of money for local charities, so do check them out if you can. Over in Ireland, we're starting to get some news of movement. So in Northern Ireland, Crumlin Road Gaol have announced their Jail of Horror. Now, we've been to Crumlin Road Gaol. It's a quite freaky experience. This year, they're saying that the jail will use the tour will use the whole of the jail, including the really dark and haunted tunnel that runs underneath the roads. For those who don't know their Irish history, the reason there was a tunnel under the road is because the courthouse was on one side, the jail was on the other. But basically, they tried to transport prisoners in a truck or something like that. The IRA or whatever would blow them up, so they would sneak them under the road in the tunnel. But it's really dank and horrible and nasty down there, so it'd be a great place for a scare attraction. Over in Spain, Horrorland have announced a new attraction called Dia de Muertos. So everyone will know how much we loved Horrorland. They've got 6 new attractions this year. They've announced 2 already, so we've got a few more to come. Walibi Holland, they obviously had some real problems last year where they opened their event in the middle of COVID and then basically got closed down the same night. They had a lot of power cuts and a lot of non-social distancing, and yeah, they had problems. So they're now, they are going to open. The event is called Walibi Holland Darkness Takes Over. They are being very, very strict about COVID testing. They're probably the strictest I've seen of any scare attraction so far. They've announced that unless you've been tested or you can prove that you're negative, you're not going to get into the park. But also what they're doing is they have a holiday village next door, and they're going to extend the event into the holiday village for their first overnight experience called After Dark in the Walibi village. But yeah, certainly those COVID restrictions are definitely interesting, and it will be interesting to see if more events try to do this going forward. We've also had the announcement of the tickets are on sale for Frightmare and the confirmation of the 6 main attractions. They are the same attractions that have been there in the past. They've got slightly different stories, so do go on their website and look at the backstories for those. Again, let's hope that they keep the bench wenches because they are great fun. We've seen a new trailer for Seance by Splatterbox. Now, you may remember Seance used to be an event held by Hide and Shriek in Southend. We know the Seance is going to be held in a different building. We believe some of the same people may be involved, the designers or whatever. It's not the same team, it's not the same company doing it, but maybe some of the people that were involved in the original one will be back. We loved this experience. We've done it several times and it was always really scary, so do check that out. That opens in October. We've also had details of the Hotel by Nightmare Rooms. The hotel, I've talked about it a lot, is based on the legend of H.H. Holmes. If you don't know who this is, he's more infamous than Jack the Ripper. He had this murder hotel, and it's very, very, it's a very interesting backstory, so be interested to see what they do with that. Stourbridge Scare Maze have now announced their tickets. Tickets are on sale and they've announced their dates. They are expanding this year into a much bigger event. So, yeah, more news of any themes or any stories we get as we go forward. We've also heard that Z-Med Genetics, unfortunately, has been cancelled this year. They were going to be held at Drakelow Tunnels in Worcestershire, an amazing complex built in the mountainside. We've been there before when Evil Rising was held there. It's a really great venue, but unfortunately they've lost the venue. They're unable to do what they were planning to do, and they've had to take their sets out. So that is currently on, indefinitely postponed. So that's it. Don't forget the usual things. If you want to see more of this, like and subscribe. Press the subscribe button. Don't forget, tickets are going really, really quickly for SCARECON AFTERSHOCK. They will sell out probably before the full lineup for Thorpe Park is announced. So if you do want to come and experience those new mazes and the new attractions and celebrate 20 years of Thorpe Park Unlimited, do check out SCARECON AFTERSHOCK. And why I'm stressing that Unlimited is like the mazes will be paid for this year. So If there are 2 or 3 mazes, however many there may be at Thorpe Park, you will have to pay every time you go through. At SCARECON Aftershock, you can go round and round as many times as you want in the 3 hours. So you get a chance to do them multiple times, and obviously, actually, it's quite good value when you look at it that way. So with that, we're going to sign off. We're going to say have a great week. Obviously, keep following SCARECON on Instagram and Facebook. We're going to have loads more announcements coming up soon this week. We are aware that some of the things that we've teased in the past that we knew were going to be announced have now bounced into next year. So once we've got official confirmation of what those are, we will share that those have gone into next year. We're also aware of a number of events that aren't actually going to happen this year, but they haven't made the official announcement yet. So as soon as we get that, we will let you know. But with that, we will sign off, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.